Good afternoon, Judge. Just checking on the audio in the court.
And I can hear you well.
Okay, thank you.
The clerk should be logging in, Judge, in a few minutes. That's her.
Okay. Okay, give me just a moment here.
Judge, the courtroom is open as well.
Okay, thank you. And this is being broadcast on Zoom.
Yes, sir.
Give me just a moment.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, good afternoon, miss.
No, I'm talking to Mr. Alberto Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, you need to be at one place. No motion could be going on at the time. Mr. Alberto, did you hear me?
All right, we're just waiting for the court reporter to get set up. It'll be a moment.
Okay.
Take your time. We're having technical issues. Okay, give me just a moment. Okay, I'm recalling Abelardo Gonzalez et al. Plaintiff versus Alberto Gonzalez et al. And this was hearing Abelardo, the plaintiff's motion to retain on docket. Go ahead, sir. Actually, let me just ask the people who are parties to this to identify themselves on Zoom. We'll begin with the plaintiff, Abelardo Gonzalez, here reporting from
Abelardo G. Gonzalez from Texas Department of Criminal Justice, plaintiff, Paul Ridge Unit.
Okay, all right. And Mr. Albert Gonzalez? You're muted, sir. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Albert Gonzalez, present, sir.
Okay, thank you. And Rosalinda Gonzalez, are you present, ma'am? It looks like you're there.
Yes, Your Honor, Rosalinda Gonzalez, I'm here.
Okay. All right, Mr. Abelardo G. Gonzalez, you may go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, with all due respect, is this a continuation from Friday, or we're going to start from scratch anew, sir?
It's a continuation from Friday.
Okay, because this way I do not waive my objections. Your Honor, as I apologize for the technical difficulties. Also, sir, I beg the court, in the interest of justice, to retain this case on the docket, Your Honor. The reasons being, sir, is already settled with one of the defendants. As you know, you already granted the motion for non-suit against Martin Villarreal, the Webb County Appraisal District, and the motion was filed on March the 29th, 2001, and it was waiting for your signature so I could amend the petition, because I was not going to amend the petition without your signature. Also, Your Honor, I was waiting for case number 2018 CVH 0010087D3 to conclude, which just concluded on December the 14th, 2022, after going to jury trial in November the 14th to the 16th, Your Honor. And I was transferred back to the unit and was waiting to get to this unit back to my typewriter so I could amend and clarify the pleadings and drop some of the claims. When I got here, I became aware all my legal property I left behind, including every single document in this case, was sent to another unit by mistake and still waiting to get it. So the only thing I have before me, Your Honor, is the register of action, which is the summary sheet or the docket sheet that my wife sent me to work with. Like I said, I have done due diligence in this case, Your Honor. I've been waiting for the court to sign some pending orders, like a motion for emergency restraining order I filed on 6/9/2020. On that date, also a motion to transfer judgment for appointing a counsel. And on July the 6th, 2020, I requested for expedited emergency hearing with a fiat. And also on August the 17th, 2020, I had requested a motion to provide copies of the show cause order and was waiting for the court, Your Honor, to act on these motions. So basically, I was left to the mercy of the court for signatures on all these motions in order for me to move ahead. And like I said, Your Honor, last year I filed 7 letters to the district clerk, including a motion, subpoena issued on Guerra Engineering, which was part of the discovery. So basically, Your Honor, it wasn't my lack of due diligence or abandoning the case, Your Honor. It was everything that is combined. So I ask you, Your Honor, if you may take the court, the whole docket, judicial notice of the court docket and all the dates and filings supporting the argument I've made right now with it. Also, Your Honor, the people that are suffering is my wife and children at the house due to the defendant's actions, due to cutting off the water and attempting to cut off the electricity. That's why I filed an emergency motion for a training order, but the court didn't act on it, Your Honor. And it's not actually me that's suffering, it's my wife and children due to the defendant's actions and also building a fence over the disputed property line. So I also bring this suit under the Uniform Declaratory and Judgment Act of Texas, which under deed for boundary lines disputes. And I cannot bring this case under trespass to try title action because both adjoining properties are owned by the same parties. So that's why I asked the court to retain this under the Texas Uniform Declaratory Judgment Act, and also so I could go ahead and amend and drop some of the claims. And also, I asked the court to give me a pretrial setting and a jury trial setting, so I could go ahead and amend the petition one more time and drop claims, not add anymore, sir. Drop claims against the defendants. I'm also waiting to settle with them, but I can't talk to them personally because they had an attorney. So I've been writing their attorney all throughout last year, like 10 letters, but the attorney, Cantu, never, ever wrote me back or set up a conference. So I have copies of a lot of communications with the attorney throughout last year, like every other month to them, trying to settle the case. So it's not lack of due diligence, Your Honor, and I beg the court to retain the case on the docket sheet. Like you say, Your Honor, you do have a copy right now of the motion to retain. That motion to retain, sir, was not meaningful, effective, or proper because I didn't know on what ground the court wanted to dismiss the case, which you told me last week, Your Honor, on Friday, it was due to the Texas Supreme Court time standards. And I'm offering all this and judicial notice of the docket. It wasn't me that abandoned the case. I've been waiting for the court to act on the case so I could amend it and move forward, Your Honor.
Your Honor, as I may, direct the court, sir. Alberto Gonzalez.
Let's wait for Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez to finish.
I
What else, Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez?
Sir, like I said, I was waiting for the other case to be concluded to proceed, Your Honor, and also I've been waiting for the court to sign all these orders in order for me to drop claims and amend my petition, Your Honor. And like I said, I just got back to the unit on the 19th of this month and found out I have no property. So right now I cannot refer to my filings or to my amended petition, Your Honor. I cannot because I have nothing before me, sir.
All right, sir, and what did you do? You understand that I'm not a judge from Webb County.
I understand, Your Honor. You told me last week you're not a judge from Webb County. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, but we discussed that back in 2000, didn't we?
I never talked to you personally, sir. We never had a phone conversation, Your Honor.
Okay.
Last week was the first time I had the pleasure of speaking to you, sir. And I asked, and the court asked for video so I could see you, but the thing is, I don't know why we don't have a video conference, which this unit is capable, because I had video conferences in other cases in the 111th District Court with Knudsen. It's better that this way I could show the court documents, file stamps to the court on the video screen, which I'm prejudiced right now because I cannot show you the copy of the docket sheet. But anyway, I believe you should have a copy of it, Your Honor.
I have a copy of the docket sheet. One of the
Yes,
things
sir.
that's on there is the order from Chief Justice Hecht appointing me to hear this case.
Yes, Your Honor. You got, because for the record, I did not file to recluse the 341st District Judge Palomo. There is no motion for reclusal. He just reclused himself from the case, Your Honor. So it's not me asking the judge to remove himself. It was the court, Becky Palomo, the Honorable Becky Palomo, that removed herself voluntarily. I don't know for what grounds. And it went to Sid Harley, and Sid Harley, the administrative regional presiding judge, moved it up to the Supreme Court of Texas, and then you got assigned to this case, Your Honor. And like I said, I'm ready to go to trial, Your Honor.
Okay, and is this would be a separate, what would be different in this trial than in the trial that was held in December last year, or November, December?
Okay, I'm very glad that you asked that question, sir. The other trial was up to April 2020. Those were the damages, those were the actions done by the defendants up to April 2020. Because before, the Honorable Becky Palomo had an order, Your Honor, for them to allow access to my family because I am co-owner of the property. So when the case got improperly dismissed, Your Honor, the defendants went over there and reclosed the entrance. And also, that's when they built the fence, Your Honor. And if you want to see the temporary restraining order, that's the issue of it. They built the fence over my utility lines. So the other case was up to April 2020. This one are for damages from April 2020 forward, sir.
Okay,
The two cases are
did you prevail on damages in the other case, the one through April of 2020?
On the April of 2020, the court found Rosalinda Gonzalez and Alberto Gonzalez interfered with my property rights. But they only awarded me minimal damages for some trees that they were cut. That's it. So, like Your Honor, like I said, this case starts from the filing date forward is the actions they done from April 2020 up forward. The other case was before. And there is justifiable controversy on the property line disputes, which I could bring it under Chapter 37 of the Texas Civil and Practice Remedy Codes because I want the court to declare the proper boundary lines. And like I said, Your Honor, I hate repeating myself, I cannot bring it under trespass to tribal action because both properties are owned by the same party. So it's not an issue of ownership. It's just where they built the fence, Your Honor. And I beg for the court to retain the case on the docket, give me a final pretrial sitting, and schedule a jury trial, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Alberto Gonzalez? Go ahead,
Mr. Your Honorable Judge, my name is Alberto Gonzalez, and Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez, he doesn't know why Becky Paloma recused himself. And the first filing, 2018, Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez filed a motion to recuse Ms. Becky Paloma. So when Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez, 2020 filed for this one, she recused herself because in the initial court, Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez, you can check on your docket that he recused Becky Paloma, and his case was assigned to Becky Paloma. So under law, if the plaintiff filed for the judge to be recused, she cannot present herself in this case. That's why Mr. Gonzalez has lied before the court when he says, I do not know why Becky Paloma recused herself when he filed the motion to recuse. On the other case, 2018, as you can see, the one in 2020, sir, on the first page, Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez says the other case has been dismissed without prejudice. So that's why I'm bringing this case again. It says on the front page, sir, of this case. Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez numerous times has filed for emergency restraining order restraining Becky Palomo, the Honorable Judge Joel Johnson never brought this to court. And Mr. Gonzalez says that these are new charges of 2020. He brought them up on the other court, he has a judgment in front of you, sir, stating that Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez brought it in court on the fence. He wanted them to remove it. The jury said no, the judge says no. And now the same case, sir, Your Honor, not only am I and my wife and my brother are being extorted by my brother, he filed a letter to my house saying, if you do not give me $5,000, I'm going to continue suing you for the rest of your life, sir. So I'm here before you, sir, at your mercy, sir. You can see how many times Mr. Gonzalez filed for Becky Paloma to recuse herself.
Okay, and again, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm not concerned about that. I mean, I was appointed to hear this case, and
yeah.
Okay.
And everything that Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez has said up to this point, sir, we brought it up in November 16, 2023. We went before the jury trial. The same allegations about the tampering with the water, with the fences, with everything, and you have the judgment. The jury came back. He chose the jury, sir, and we chose the jury of our peers. And he did not like the verdict.
I don't have the jury. Okay, somebody will send me a
I filed it.
Final judgment. I was going to say I don't have that final judgment. I don't know if it matters today.
Judge, if you want to check your email, I just forwarded it to you.
All right. All right, so Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez, you got a permanent injunction? All right, you're muted, sir. You need to unmute.
Yes, Your Honor, I was on mute. Yes, can you ask the question again, Your Honor?
It says here that you have a permanent injunction against the defendants?
Yes, not to close access to the property, yes.
What do
That's
you need to have a lawsuit on? So what do you want to have a lawsuit on?
I'm sorry?
So what are you trying to have a lawsuit on in this lawsuit?
Okay, like I said, Your Honor, this case is after that happened. And now, yes, Your Honor, I have a permanent injunction on the other case, yes. But the issue is, like I mentioned to you, I'm going to drop some claims, like more than half of the claims. I was waiting to get back to the unit, Your Honor. And like I said, these are from April the 20th. You could ask the defendants if they built the fence on April the 20th over the property line.
Okay. So are you claiming there's a new fence, a different fence? Well, what are you wanting a lawsuit about? You've gotten a permanent injunction.
Like I said, Your Honor, if I may interrupt you, these are for damages that were caused after April the 20th. I had a temporary injunction granted by Becky Palomo. When the other case got dismissed on summary judgment by mistake, okay, they went and reclosed the entrance, Your Honor. They went and they built the fence because I had a temporary injunction for them not to build the fence. But once the case was improperly dismissed, they went over there and they built the fence, and the fence still stands right now, 11 inches from my house. On taxes I've been paying on property I've been paying since 2001, since I've been paying over my utility lines. So there is a live justifiable controversy under deed, which is Texas Civil Remedies Code, Chapter 37, Your Honor. Like I said, these are the damages. Right now, Mr. Gonzalez, which is my brother, is trying to fog the court with arguments that are not here or there. We're here on a motion to, for lack of prosecution, or and that's, I believe, I already gave enough saying why this case should be retained on docket sheet for the interest of justice, Your Honor. And like I said, I was waiting on the court to sign all these orders for years in order for me
All right,
to
again, Mr.
move ahead.
Gonzalez,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have a duty to bring stuff to the judge's attention, and that goes extra when it's not a local judge. Okay? So,
Okay. Yes.
no, hold on. So, and how long would it take to try this case before a judge and not a jury?
One day, Your Honor.
Your Honor, as I
Let me
may,
ask the clerk's office, what would be the best day to try that, the best day of the week, a Friday or what?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, as I may, as Mr. Gonzalez says, he's gonna drop and add, sir. We do not know, all this case was already tried, sir, and the court, he brought the fence, he brought the utility line. I'm gonna take transcripts where Mr. Gonzalez asked the jury, sir, to reward him money for the fence I built. He asked the jury for damages for the fence, and the jury came back, sir. A jury of our peers came back to give him nothing, sir.
All right, Mr. Albert Gonzalez, I do not have in front of me a motion to dismiss saying
Yes,
that
I
there's already been a
do.
lawsuit about this. All I have is a motion of my own to show cause why it shouldn't have been dismissed.
I filed a
before the
motion to dismiss.
prosecution.
I filed a motion to dismiss with attachment A and attachment B. Attachment 1, attachment 2, sir. I filed to the court. A motion to dismiss with prejudice.
Let me double check that, Your Honor. I didn't receive anything.
We filed
And
it on, Rosalinda, when did we file the motion to dismiss and it's stamped?
If I may, it was on May 27th. I'm sorry, January 27th.
On this case,
Just a motion.
The motion to dismiss with prejudice.
Yes.
on
You
this
can
case, on this case, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Gonzalez, what was that date again?
Filed the mo-
Ms. Gonzalez,
It was filed in the, Rosalinda. I put apologies in mute.
I need the date again. Jessica, can you check the file?
Yes, it's January 27th of this year.
Let me forward that to Judge.
Did the defendants mail me a copy of it?
We filed it in court, Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez. Has attachment A, attachment B in it.
Yes.
All right, and Mr. Albert Gonzalez, did you mail a copy to the plaintiff?
No, sir, I did not, sir. I filed it in court for them to send it over there like we usually do, boss. We take it to the court, they stamp it, they send it to the defense, the plaintiff.
They're violating Rule 21, Your Honor.
Judge, you want to check on your end? I just
Check
mailed
what?
it to you.
Emailed?
Yes, Judge, I just sent it to you through email.
Okay, it doesn't really matter because they didn't notify the plaintiff. Let me ask, is it common practice in Webb County for the district clerk's office to send notices out for litigants?
No.
No,
No, Your Honor. Usually if these, when they file orders, Your Honor, if they do not require the judge's signatures, they are not sent up to the court. And this document does not have any order attached.
Again, it's not set for hearing today and it was not copied. I'll let the Gonzalez's know. I can't be your attorney, but I can tell you that you have a duty. You need to get the copy of the rules of civil procedure and you have a duty to serve a copy of that on the plaintiff.
I do apologize, sir. I apologize to the court. I apologize to everybody, sir. I will file it, with prejudice, sir. It's got the attachment, got the judgment, got everything on.
All right, so let me ask the district clerk there, if I set this for a bench trial on March the 31st on a Friday, would we be able to find a courtroom? Into court
that-
reporter?
That is with me, Your Honor, not with the clerk's office. Let me check my schedule. Give me 1 second. March 31st is the Friday.
Yes.
Let me double check the Odyssey. Give me 1 second.
It's because Mr. Gonzalez says he's gonna add, subtract of the case. We don't know what we're getting sued on, sir. Getting a blank check. I don't know. Your Honor, the plaintiff says that he's gonna add and subtract in the case. We do not know what he's gonna add under law. We're supposed to know before we go to court. What are we getting sued on? Mr. Gonzalez said he's gonna remove stuff from this case and add, subtract. We don't know, sir. We'd like time to hire counsel because at this point, at this time, sir, we've gone to court in 2020, same case, same allegations. We already went to jury trial. Same case, same allegations, sir. And I'm gonna retain a lawyer, sir. So I need time, to get a lawyer, sir.
March 30 for a bench trial, it's available, Your Honor. March 31st for a bench trial.
Okay. Give me just a minute. Okay, and Mr. Albert Gonzalez, how long do you think you would need?
If the court will allow me 90 days to counsel, to get counsel, sir, so I could get monetary, liquid assets, so I can hire an attorney, sir, because Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez suing me in another court besides this one, sir. So I need to get counsel, sir. He filed another lawsuit of another court. It's going
That has
on and
no
on.
case.
So I need at least 90 days, sir, if the court may.
Okay, how about the 19th of May?
19th of May is available, Your Honor. But this would be a bench trial, correct?
Yes.
It's available. The court is available for the 19th.
So I can file motions? Yes, sir.
All right, give me just a moment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will set a deadline for Mr. Abelardo Gonzalez, and I'll reduce this to writing and file it with the clerk and ask the clerk to copy the plaintiff. And the defendants too, I guess, because they're not online. So I'll set February the 24th as a deadline for the plaintiff to amend, unless it's agreed. April 14th as a deadline for the defendant to amend the pleadings. April 25th is the deadline to file dispositive motions, bench trial and
what-
519.
Okay, which is the deadline for the positive motion, sir?
April 25th.
April 25th. Yeah, I'll be filing the motion for summary judgment based on deemed admissions.
Okay. All right, I will reduce this to writing. And does the district clerk's office have a good address for Rosalinda, Albert, and Abelardo Gonzalez?
Let me double check that address on file, Your Honor. I usually email all the parties, Your Honor. We don't, the court doesn't mail anything. We email all the parties.
Okay, and with the plaintiff, does that go to the unit or how does that happen?
Yes, I physically send everything via US Post Office.
Okay, that's fine then. So I will get this reduced to writing. Are there any objections to that docket control order?
No objection, Your Honor.
Judge, so
On
where
behalf-
the bench trial would be May 19th?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have a time for that?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock bench trial.
At 9 o'clock, let's make sure we get it over with.
Okay. And this is gonna be via Zoom as well?
No, I expect I'll be down there for that.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I will get that reduced to writing and email to the district clerk in just a few minutes.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,